So I'm going to talk about my work and abstraction. So that's my main interests. So this is a friend of mine, Johan Lövgren. And we used to have a studio next to each other. And he called himself the missing link between modern painting and technology. And this is in Margate. And this is my ex-girlfriend's parents' summer house. And I repainted it. I helped them to repaint it. But this was 20 years ago. And 12 years ago, we bought a dog. And to get the best dog, we went to dog fair to look at different dogs, to see what kind of dog we wanted. And we ended up with a Labrador. And her name is Blinky, after Blinky Palermo. And this is the airport coaches in Stockholm. And this is the rainbow, the double rainbow. This is my daughter Nin. She just got an umbrella and she's really happy. This is like a gay bar in Munich. And this is the house that I'm living in. And they were doing the facade of the building, and they made it striped for me. And this is an artwork I did a few years ago. It's called From Art to Life to Art. And it consists of 600 canned food, what do you call it? Cans. And I've been eating all those cans. So the biggest work in this sculpture was to get the cans to pass my body. Because the minimalists, they were having sort of a relationship with the body and the object. And here I get the relationship by having the thing going through my body. So this is the full sculpture. My girlfriend, she hates me when I'm doing those projects because I'm sneaking in all food. This is two guy in Spain who helped me during an installation. A group of people in Frankfurt. Here it's a meeting where I'm presenting a sculpture that I wanted to do, but they don't look that convinced. But I will show you the sculpture later on because it happened, and I'm very happy about that sculpture. And this is the daughter of my girlfriend, and she's playing Guitar Hero. And I used to have my studio far away from my home, so I had to go by car. And I was stuck in traffic jam, so I moved my studio closer to my flat. This is from outside the Art Institute in Chicago. And I got invited to do an exhibition in Prague, and they said that we will pay for everything, the journey, the hotel, and everything. So when I got there, I had to take the tram from Prague, 45 minutes. Then I had to walk for 15 minutes, and then I ended up in a place called the Boat House, and it was a youth hostel. I had to share a room with 10 Americans that were 17 years old, and they were first trip abroad. And it was smelling really badly from their feet. So it's a great experience. But this, when you got off the tram, this was what you saw. And this was from another exhibition in Katowice, in Poland. And on my way home, the flight was 10 hours delayed. And it was a very small airport. And this is the view from the cafe. This is a hamburger restaurant in Stockholm. And this is a piece I did called I, the World, Things, Life. And it's an interactive dartboard installation that consists of a wall full of dartboards and then a box with darts. And the painting, the people who view the painting, they throw the dart to make the painting, and it's ongoing thing that happens all the time. And when the box is empty, you take it all down and put it back in the box. And the more you concentrate to throw the darts, the more you get the feeling that the boards are moving, so you get this optical illusion, and that's really fun. But even if you get this, it doesn't matter because it's difficult not to hit. And some are really big and some are really small. It's a big one. And this is me and two friends of mine. And it's, what's it called this day? New Year's Eve, 2000, in Berlin. We were celebrating. And we had the same kind of hat, striped hat. Yeah, yeah. And this is two cars in Venice. And I was in Sri Lanka when I first found the silk ribbons that in this piece I found in a shop in Sri Lanka during a residency. And this is like the last few days of the residence. I've been there for a month, and I've been eating rice and curry every day. So I was celebrating with a hamburger. This is some of my friends. I bought them new clothes. This is from a toilet in San Francisco. It's another one. And I don't remember where this image comes from, but it must be somewhere. This is outside Sunderland? No, Sunderland, yeah. It's a roundabout. This is a group of Russian dancers on the way in to perform. It's a car in Germany. This is a car in Belgrade. This is a car in San Francisco. And this is the Commonwealth Pole in Edinburgh. And this is actually in film. And I actually have the films. I can show the film for you because it consists of all my, not all, but my first 1,000 T-shirts. And you can see them in 1 minute. But it's called Neo-Concrete Space. So you got to see my whole collection of T-shirts.
Are they photographs of the T-shirts or graphic renditions?
It's actually, when I make my archive for my T-shirt, I make an illustrator version of it, so it's just a pattern.
It's quite hypnotic.
Yeah. And if you have it large in a big room, in a dark room. You did? Yeah, I can. I think it's like, I don't know. I'll come to that later.
Is every T-shirt slightly different from the rest? You don't have any repeats?
Because I have so many, it's difficult to get hold of, to remember which one I have. So, but when I get them home, I put them into my archive, and then I can see if I have more. And then it becomes A, B, and C in the same number. So this is some of my T-shirts. So this is from the installation of the film in the gallery in Stockholm. And you've seen this piece. I don't have to talk about this one. And this is the production of the piece. And to make this piece, it's a lot of work. This one is 36,000 knots to be made. And when I made this, I got help from a group of retired people for 2 weeks, and they were helping me. So this is during the production. And I feel like the production of the piece is as important as the piece in itself. And this is from a performance I did in Kiasma in Helsinki a few months ago. And it was during the exhibition of a show where I was showing this piece also. And I got on the opening night to get everyone, or the opening day, to wear a striped T-shirt. So during that day, it was 4,000 people in different striped T-shirts that I was providing. And it became like a moving abstract painting, moving around in the space. And it was really interesting because when people were having the same kind of outfit, they felt like they were a group and they could do whatever they wanted. So the museum were not very happy because they were touching everything and they thought everything in the museum was interactive. Even like Walter de Maria sculpture, they were sort of start playing with, and it was really interesting. And this is from a piece that I did recently. That's it's called Concrete Ballad. Ballet, yeah. And it consists of a wall, and behind the wall you have a group of people with drilling machines, and they are making holes with the drilling machines through the wall, and after they got the hole, they put in a plug, like a color plug, and they just got one rule, and that was to make geometrical shapes. So the people behind the wall were deciding on how the painting will look like. So here's like the first day. So it was transforming, and you got the sound from the different drilling machines. And you couldn't see the people inside the wall. It felt like part of the architecture. So it was very weird to get the head of the drill coming out from the wall. But I don't have an image of the finished work, but it was thousands of drilled holes in it. This is my father, my sister, and my father's sister. And this was from a project I did in Edinburgh in October. And I was doing, my plan was to make a 100-meter long banner and to walk it up to the hill outside. And to make this banner, I got local kids to make the design for it during a workshop. So I was having a workshop together with 2 other artists where we had a physical exercise, and we were doing different kind of making sessions to make this abstract pattern. It was really fun, actually. And in the evening, I had 10 sewers who were making the banner or the design of the kids with the fabric. And they become a really beautiful banner. And then we got the most rainy day during that year in Edinburgh when we were supposed to bring it out. So this is the walk up to St. What's it called? I don't remember. It's really beautiful in the landscape. And after we got hot chocolate to celebrate. And we never reached the top because the fabric got too wet and too heavy, and it was too windy. So we had to stop halfway up to the top because we had some security people with us to ensure that everything went well, and they stopped us. And this is a piece called Reykjavik 1968, I think. And It's an abstract painting made out of coat hangers. So it's like a three-dimensional painting. And when you use a lot of coat hanger, the feeling of the coat hanger disappears and it becomes something else, just an abstract painting. This is in Venice. This is the one to the left is my girlfriend's son, and he knows that I'm taking a photo of everything with abstraction. So he's turning around to see if I'm taking a photo of the guy with green and yellow sweater, and I am. And this is my youngest daughter, Eden, and she got chocolate M&M, what's it called? Yeah, it looks exactly that. And she dropped it in the, and now she's looking for it, but she never found it. And this is another version of this piece with analog scales. This is the same kind of scales. And this is a piece called Units of Measurements, and it consists of folding rulers. Two kinds of folding rulers, white and yellow ones, so it's making a pattern. And it's really good because you can have it site-specific. You just fold it out the size of the room. If it's not longer than 8 meters. And we have the rainbow again. This is a piece called Work as Method. And it's actually wall paints of colored pencils, and the colored pencils are I made what do you call it? I put them inside the wall, so they are not on top of the wall, so they are recessed into the wall, so it gets like a flat surface, like this. So it becomes an abstract painting. This is a really good artist in Seattle, Sol Harashimi. And here we have the coat hangers again. This is a piece called Untitled Endless Column, and it's a column from floor to ceiling, the coat hangers. And here we have a section of demonstrations. And I've been doing this kind of demonstrations where I'm applying from the city to make a proper demonstration. And then I have a workshop, and I'm making paintings together with people. And the paintings are based on a Swedish painter from the 40s and the 50s. It's called Olle Bertling. And he was a really interesting guy because he was the head of a bank in Sweden. And he really liked painting, so it's doing in the weekends. But then he took some time off from the bank, and we went to Paris in the 40s, and he met Leger and Herbin, and he was there for a few months and started to make abstract paintings. And then he got back to Stockholm and stopped working on the bank and became an artist. And he became this sort of really great artist, making really great paintings. And he became very successful in France, and everyone in Sweden hated him. All the artists hated him because he was successful and because he was a banker. And he was much more successful than the other artists. And the normal people, they hated him because they didn't understand his work. So he became a symbol of modern art that no one could understand. And but now he is more a symbol of capitalism, because if you have one of his paintings, it shows that you have taste and that you have money, because they're very expensive. So I've been using his design for people to sort of, as a beginning, to make paintings. So we make abstract paintings, and then we walk out in different cities. So this is in Frankfurt. This is in Mexico City. This is outside San Francisco. Swansea, Bergen, Norway. It's also raining. And this is a painting called Sydney, I don't remember the year, but Sydney 2004 maybe. And it's a painting that consists of plastic coffee mugs, and you put the handle in different directions so you get the sort of optical pattern on the painting. And this is called Hamburg 1982, and it's petit duplé, that is dessert yogurt, small pots. And I found them in my local shop, and I thought they were really nice. I started to eat a lot of yogurt. And, but when you put the yogurt pots together, it becomes almost nothing, so I had to eat quite a lot. But after a while, I understood that I would never be able to eat all this, so I arranged a big party and invited all my friends to eat yogurt with stripes. But even that party was not enough, so I had to call the factory in France and ask if I could buy just the pots. But they said no, because they are making the pots and the yogurt in the same machine. It sounds disgusting, but they said, but we can send you 30,000 pots with yogurt. So I got this full lorry of yogurt to my studio and had to spend 1 week cleaning them out. And I never tasted one after that. And this is the painting. Butcher in London. It's a skateboard guy outside in Sweden. And this is the current exhibition that I'm having right now, and with my T-shirts, because I've been wearing striped T-shirt every day since 2001, and I see my striped T-shirt as abstract paintings, and so I become a moving abstract painting. And if you have abstract paintings, you want to make exhibitions. So I invite people to create exhibitions with my paintings, and that means that people come in and choose from my collection of T-shirts what I'm wearing, and that become an exhibition. So this exhibition is curated by an English guy called Daniel Eatock, and his idea was to first day to have one stripe, and the show was called One Stripe Equals 3. So second day, 2 stripes, 3 stripes, 4 stripes. You can see, this is one day, and this is the next day in Stockholm. So I'm adding a stripe every day, and the idea is to add a stripe until the system breaks, when I can't find the right number of stripes. So I think right now I'm on 27 stripes.
Are your T-shirts arranged so that you know how many stripes they have, or do you have to?
No, I have to count them. It's hard work. It's funny, I got this skateboarder guy coming in the background. So now we're close. Yesterday, and I haven't got the day one today. I haven't. I took the image, but it's not online yet. And this exhibition you can follow on Instagram, on the internet, or on the phone. Every day you get an update, and this is a project that will continue for the rest of my life. And it's different creators every time. And it's an artist here from Hove that curated one exhibition, Annika Ström. It's a great exhibition. So if you go into Instagram, you can have a look. And this is actually my archive of T-shirts. And all the T-shirts have a number, and it's called Abstract Painting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 1047. And I have all the information, how much I paid for it, where I bought it, and the brand, the size, and everything. And this is from a gypsy market in Belgrade. It's a car in Belgrade. This is in Seattle. Oh, it's the rainbow again. Stockholm. It's my girlfriend, and she's really hungry. This was from an opening party after one of my shows in Karlsruhe in Germany. And every year I go with the kids to the Moomin land in Finland, and they love it. So now they are friends with the Moomin. And this is in Poland, in a small city with a difficult name that I can't pronounce. This is in Copenhagen. And this is another film, but it's a film where it's called Non-Object, and I'm following people with the striped T-shirts with my camera. It's like a film. And what's interesting with the film is what happens around the stripes, because it's so much that happens in real life that you don't experience in real time. But when you watch it on film, you can see all those small details. And this is the sculpture that that did happen after.
Where is it?
It's in south of Sweden, Vanås Castle Park. It's an interactive sculpture. Very dangerous. Wouldn't be able to have in a, but it's like a private park. So.
Okay. You wouldn't.
Sorry?
You couldn't put it in a public park.
No, it's too dangerous. And this is the toilets in SF MoMA. And my cousin is living in the greenhouse. This is my kids. I'm having a TV night. This is from an installation I did in Liverpool. It's called Color Reading and Contexture. And it consists of all different kind of materials with 4 corners that are in one color. And it was made in a workshop with a lot of people during a 3-month period, where I got people to collect stuff in Liverpool on the streets and in the shops and everywhere. And it was even food inside. This is my daughter. She helped me during the installation. And so she felt like she could eat from it. But, and the piece is a lot about materiality, and so it's like a big painting, but so it's like an old book next to a sort of shiny piece of tile, and I really feel like an artist when I'm doing this piece. And it's a lot of work. Up. And this is my daughter when she was born, the size of a Twix. And this is an installation in entrance of a sports hall. And this is a series of paintings that I've been making of pencils. So by sharpening the pencils, I get different kind of motif. This is from a toilet in New York. This is a group of Swedish tourists in Mallorca. My girlfriend, she borrowed my hat. This is a funny guy from from Miami, and he used to work in the stock market. But when he got retired, he became a conceptual artist, and he's making a really fantastic book, How to Become a Successful Artist. That's really funny. And I met him in Stockholm. It's a group of football enthusiasts. And this is on the highway between LA and San Francisco. This is a tube station in Stockholm. And this is my mother, and on the right of her is one of my first painting I ever made. But you can't see it that much, and I'm very happy for that. But my mother says that it's the best painting I ever made, so might be. And this is my local shop. This is the kindergarten. And this was from an exhibition in Miró Foundation in Barcelona, where it was this group of African women, like a painting collective, were making wall paintings, and they had beautiful dresses. And they were making even more beautiful paintings. And this is from Sunderland, yeah. And this was from my first driving lesson. It was my girlfriend's, my ex-girlfriend's father, and we were driving 300 meters, and when turning left, when we were turning left, one of the wheels fell off. And I didn't drive for 10 years after that, but now I have a driving license. And this is the toilet. I don't remember where, but somewhere. It used to be our old car. This is my relatives. We are celebrating my name day. What do you call it?
Birthday.
Yeah. On the toilet. This is on Vienna airport. In the Stockholm tube.